What's up, Amazon sellers? There is one question that a lot of Amazon sellers are asking me: which one is better, using a deal sheet or hiring a VA? In this video today, I want to share with you my answers to this question, so stay tuned. Right, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson, and I've been selling on Amazon now for the last 5 years. Now in the UK, I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller, check this out. In the USA, I'm a 6-figure Amazon seller, check this out. And hopefully in the near future, I'm gonna be launching into another marketplace. And if you're interested in learning how I'm doing it, what I'm learning, and obviously what I'm gonna be doing on my journey, do make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. But enough about me, what are we gonna talk about today? First things first, number one, I'm gonna talk about why I'm making this video, a little bit of background. Number two, I'm going to talk about deal sheets versus virtual assistants and obviously share my thoughts on that. And finally, number three, I'm going to share some top tips with you that's going to help you out if you are making this decision. Let's get started. Okay, so first things first, why am I saying this? Before I answer this question, let me first give you a quick background on what do we mean when we say talking about deal sheets, or should we say virtual assistants. Let's talk about what a deal is. Quite simply, deal is a bit of information whereby it tells you where to go to find a product cheap, i.e. buy low, which is generally an online retail store. And then the other part of the information is where to sell it, should we say on Amazon for a profit. Now those two bits of information together make a deal. Now when we talk about, should we say deal sheets or should we say VAs, both of them are going to provide you the same, should we say result, which are deals. Obviously there are different ways of going about it. So this leads me nicely onto deal sheets. What are they? Well, they are either, should we say, they come in two forms really. So generally a lot of, should we say, lead services, deal sheet providers, they will give you, should we say, like an Excel spreadsheet or a Google sheet with like 10 deals per day, which are 10 URLs to buy from, and then 10 ASINs where you can sell them on. That'll be for like the marketplace UK, for example. And obviously they'll give you some other information like buy at this price, sell at this price. Here's some other information about that opportunity, that lead, that deal itself. Now that's going to be on a Google sheet. And there's another way you can do it quite simply is, should we say, for us in FastTrackFBA, we provide leads, provide deals. And this is whereby you come onto our web platform, you buy tokens, you see all our deals, and then obviously you can exchange those tokens for those deals. And again, you're going to get the same information, a URL and an Amazon ASIN, buy low here, resell high on the product. Now, the other option is to have VAs or virtual assistants. This is whereby you hire a person or even a team of people to go out there and look for those buy low URLs from suppliers and resell high on Amazon for a profit. Now, they are going to produce the same result, which is that information where it's got a supplier URL and the Amazon ASIN, but they are going to be the people doing it, whereby when you're looking at deal sheets, they're going to be a sheet whereby other people have found it and then they're reselling that information that they find. Now, should you say, in my case, obviously, I have an Amazon business. We're already doing 3 million over the last 12 months in the UK. And also as well, we do a lead service as well. Behind both of these, we have VAs. Now, what I will say is lots of sellers do struggle when sourcing for products online. This is very normal. And especially when you're starting, that's a real normal case. There are situations whereby Amazon sellers have taken over an hour to look for, maybe you can find one deal which matches their criteria. And that might be like, your ROI, your profit margin that you're looking for, and obviously sales per month. And also in addition to that, they still obviously now need to find other products to meet their daily target, to obviously buy enough products to resell online to make a profit, cover the day's wages. Now, quite simply, when looking for products online, it does take a lot of time. Don't be confused by people saying, yeah, I found lots of deals. They're the exceptions and not the norm. This is not an easy game. Now, with this in mind, there are, should we say, Amazon sellers who are just buying deal sheets, i.e. they're getting the deals. There are some Amazon sellers who have virtual assistants. And you know what? There are other Amazon sellers who have both deal sheets and virtual assistants. Now, between, should we say, buying deal sheets or hiring virtual assistants, many Amazon sellers are asking which one is better. Is it better to buy deal sheets or to hire a virtual assistant? For me, I want to give you some feedback and some advice on this important question today. So let's proceed. Okay, quick question for you guys. If you were given the chance to, should we say, buy a deal sheet or hire a VA, which one would you choose and why? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so this leads me nicely onto my second chapter, which is deal sheets versus virtual assistants. What I'm telling you now is based on, should we say, my experience as an Amazon seller. Now, to answer this question, it is important that you need to classify, should we say, what type of Amazon Amazon seller you really are. It could be that you are, a beginner, or perhaps maybe a long-term seller with, a huge amount of cash flow or amount of cash that you want to drive into your business. Now, this section, should we say, is going to be answered in two parts. One is probably going to be for the bigger Amazon seller with a lot of money. What do we mean by that? Well, we're probably talking about £10,000, $10,000 plus at least. And then obviously the other section, which we'll jump into first, is actually going to be the beginner, someone maybe just starting out or probably doesn't have that amount of cash. First things first, number one, the beginner. Let's go through that. Now, if you're a beginner in the new Amazon game, you're going to need to be aware of two things. First of all, your costs, because hey, we want to keep our costs low because we want to make as much profit as possible. And then second of all, it's about learning, improving you, because hey, this is really you converting your time for money. That's the equation that we're doing. Now, being a beginner, you always need to, should we say, lower down your costs, since you are, maybe not as profitable or maybe not making as much cash profit, should we say. And obviously what you are wanting to do is to maximize your profits within your business. So reducing your costs down, super, super important. Now, hiring a virtual assistant requires you to, first of all, pay a monthly fee with their salaries. This, could be anything up to like £500, upwards, $600, say $500, £500 there upwards. And with this, it can really increase into your costs. And not only that, yes, it is a cost, but now you've got to make the profit on top of that to cover that cost. So that's a lot more work and a lot more sales. Now, also being a beginner also requires you to learn a lot about the Amazon game. Now, you need to know how to, should we say, analyze deals, how to set up your deal criteria, such as the ROI, profit margins, and minimum sales per month that you're looking for. But that's going to be something that you really need to consider. Now, hiring a virtual assistant is going to make you analyze their deals, which is going to be potentially more challenging because you're going to need to learn for yourself and also learn to support them in giving them feedback in their deal analysis, and also all the other basics and the, should we say, advanced sections of learning how to sell on Amazon and sourcing as well. Now, purchasing deal sheets can be very convenient. Why? Because for a beginner on Amazon, it's not really going to cost you that much. They definitely don't cost you $500, they cost you a lot less than that. And it's going to obviously save you time as well. Now, why? Well, when you're buying, should we say, deal sheets online, it's going to depend on how many deals you are looking for, but depending on your capital, it can cost a fraction. For us, for example, in FastTrackFBA leads, I think our starting cost starts around about £69, and then compare that to a £500 for a VA, that's a lot less of a cost, and you're still getting deals as well. So something to think about. Okay, so we've talked a little bit about deal sheets, should we say the costs behind them and why you might want to consider them. Let's jump on now to if you're a long-term seller. These are, should we say, generally going to be sellers who have been selling on Amazon for a longer period of time. They've already kind of, should we say, understood what is happening, and they're obviously making profits within their Amazon business. Now, being, should we say, a long-term or a bigger seller, this means that they know the basics of Amazon, they've already learned the knowledge, and also as well, they understand things like analyzing deals, maybe setting the deal criteria, tracking revenue, purchasing deals, but also as well, they know which suppliers are working for them, which types of deals are working for them, and which categories are working. That's something super, super important. Now, since, she said the long-term Amazon sellers are already making profits and in their Amazon business, they need to look for ways, should we say, on how to scale their Amazon business. And with this in mind, hiring a virtual assistant can be a really good way to help their business grow, since they can save time within their Amazon business and look for ways to scale it, obviously by leveraging out and using a team. Now, while I talk about Amazon sellers, which is with £10,000 in capital, the one thing which I generally say is, this might be different for you. You might have that, but if it's invested, it's probably not going to be beneficial. What you're probably looking at is someone who's got about 10,000 in capital available. That's an important distinction. Now, should we say, for example, in my Amazon business, I've got VAs. I've got VAs who are sourcing for deals. I've got admin VAs, and I've also got, purchasing managers as well, who are reviewing those deals and, should we say, actually purchasing the deals themselves. And then on top of that, I've even got an operations manager who looks after my two Amazon businesses for me. Now, with my team of VAs, I only really spend anything between about 2 to 4 hours a week, pretty much most of the time on 2, with reviewing reports, having conversations, meetings, and supporting the accounts team. Now, with this in mind, I've got spare time to grow my Amazon business, such as establishing, something new we're going into now, my wholesale business. Now, let's answer that question. Which one is better? Deal sheets, deals, or virtual assistants? Now, the answer, quite simply, is there is no set answer. It depends on you as a seller and how long you are selling, and also as well, how much, should we say, your business is growing, and pretty much based on your revenues and cash flow as well. Now, let me break it down. If you are a beginner, buying deals is really convenient, since it doesn't cost you very much, and you're still going to learn about new suppliers, you're still going to get opportunities to buy low to resell high on Amazon, and also as well, you're going to learn about what other types of deals people are looking at from the deal sheets. Now, quite simply, that is going to really support you in learning about selling on Amazon and getting started, because a lot of the thing we need to do is just start buying, selling, learning the process. And deal sheets do really save you time. Now, on the other hand, if you're a long-term seller, maybe you've got more cash flow, you've got more cash in the bank right now, which isn't being used. Well, quite simply, you've already got the profits in your business, you already know what's working, then hiring a virtual assistant could be really beneficial for you. Why? Well, because quite simply, they are going to go out there and look at, let's say, for example, the stores which are already working for you. They're going to be checking them regularly. They're going to be looking for those categories which are working for you. And obviously they can find more of those products. They're going to be able to work more hours than you are because, hey, you're running your business. They're going to be looking for those deals, obviously. And now that allows you to run your business more and maybe, hey, find other ways to find more deals and obviously hire a bigger team to keep growing as well. Now, in turn, that is going to allow you to scale your business. And for example, in my team, virtual assistants, not only do they find profitable products that we know how to do already, they're also rechecking reorders, replenishable items, doing all that process, and even purchasing the product as well. So as you grow and you've got the available cash, then obviously that's an important part that you can really leverage, use other people to support you in growing your business. Now, the one thing which I will say, as I mentioned it earlier, about £10,000 in cash available. Why? Well, quite simply, you need to, in our game, we take that cash, we invest it into those products, and we resell them high or resell them for a profit. And obviously from that, we make a profit. But also as well, from that, we do need to pay their wages. That's part of being a virtual assistant. We've got to pay them. They don't work for free. Now, for us, quite simply, you need to make sure you're making enough profits, cover the cost of their wages, and obviously be profitable for your business. And hence why I say about £10,000, $10,000 is a good guide if you are thinking about getting a virtual assistant, where you might want to be before you hire that first one. And that is available cash every week in your business that you just have spend that you're not currently investing yourself. Okay, so I'm just talking about growing Amazon businesses, and I talked a bit about mine. We've got admin VAs, sourcing VAs, purchasing managers, and even operation manager as well. And that's allowed me to really grow from $500,000 to $1 million up to $3 million. And it's really made a difference to my business. Now, if you are thinking about getting a VA, the first one I always recommend is a sourcing VA. Why? Because quite simply, they're going to take that money, find deals, reinvest it, and make more money as well. Now, if you're interested in learning about sourcing VAs and obviously how FastTrackFBA can help you, look no further than the VA Academy. This is a service I created whereby we find, hire, and train a virtual assistant to work in your business, and we support them for 12 weeks. They are your VA and they work for you. Now, quite simply, if you want to learn more about this service, and we've hired over 500 VAs since starting, I think that shows you how much value we bring to our customers. And have a look at the link down below. I'll drop a link down there to our VA Academy page where you can book in for a free 30-minute consultation call with my team and understand what they're actually offering and answer any questions as well. Have a look at the link down below, FastTrackFBA VA Academy. Trust me, I think you'll love it. Now, this leads me nicely onto my third chapter, and that is top tips for you. First things first, what I'd say is don't jump into expert level. What do I mean? Buying or hiring lots of VAs. Jumping immediately into expert level basically moves your Amazon business in, you're basically going to put it into jeopardy. Why? Because you're going to invest all this money, and I've seen it time and time again, 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to fail and you're going to be losing money. And the aim of the game out of all of this is to make money. That's the game. So make sure you're doing that first. Then you can scale up, maybe hiring VAs, set them targets, but do it in small steps, something really important for you. Now, the second thing I'll say for you is create systems in your Amazon business. Why? Well, quite simply, one of the most important ways to grow your Amazon business is to create systems out of it. Eric from Amazon Lit, who I interviewed recently, and these guys are doing 50 million in the last 12 months, which is incredible. He talked about the importance of, say, building businesses or building systems for your Amazon business. Basically, creating systems that are going to enable you to have a smooth flowing business, and obviously your business is going to grow as well. Now, with this, the biggest part of making big steps in Amazon is to grow your Amazon business systems, because it is those systems which allow you to scale, not just hiring people. It's the systems which those people do which really help out. So build those systems now while you can, and then obviously hire people in to support you. Now, the third thing which I'll say for you is control your costs. Why? Well, this is very important, especially if you're a new Amazon seller just getting started. Look, remember, the game is to make money, make profits on Amazon. That is the point of what we're doing. So for you, the point of purchasing and when a customer buys is to make a profit. That's the most important thing. So with this in mind, always make sure you're keeping your cost base low and looking for ways to save capital and reinvest capital, obviously, to turn another profit. And sometimes that might not be actually hiring a VA. It might be actually doing deal sheets for a while and maximizing them. It's a very good opportunity. Now, what I will say is growing your Amazon business is hard, and you should always look to take care of managing your business. And in particular, one area that people really manage or can improve upon is cash flow. Now, if you want to know more about managing your cash flow, and this is about optimizing the cash in your business to make more profits, then what I'll do is I'll leave a video around here on how to manage your cash flow in your Amazon business. And this is the guide that I use in my own business every single week. Check it out. I think you'll like it. Now, what I will say is hopefully you like this video. If you have, give me a big thumbs up. And hey, if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. With myself, Thomas Parkinson, and FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.